Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala ibadihi alladhina istafa amma ba'd. Before a couple of years, I had compiled a piece about the Palestine question. And in the current climate, when everyone is talking about Gaza and Palestine, I wanted to share some points from this piece for wider benefit and also to update ourselves about this important masala. I will talk about three important points. First of all is the sanctity of Palestine in the hearts of Muslims and its strategic position on the world map. In early and modern literature, Bilad al-Sham, cities of Sham, which form present-day Syria, Lebanon, Jordan and Palestine, has been dealt meticulously from Islamic, historical and strategic point of view. For Muslims, Palestine in general and Masjid al-Aqsa in particular where a number of prophets like Ibrahim, Lut, Ismail, Ishaq, Yaqub, Yusuf, Dawood, Sulaiman, Saleh, Zakaria, Yahya, and Isa alayhimus salam have preached and spent their lives is sacred. According to Islamic tradition, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam visited Masjid al-Aqsa and led all the prophets in prayer. This event in Muslim literature is referred to as Al-Isra, the night journey. Muslim hadith literature is full of references to this land either directly or indirectly. It has also served as a historical theatre in which great Muslim heroes like Khalid ibn al-Walid, Imaduddin al-Zanki and his son Nuruddin al-Zanki, Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, Mahmud ibn Mahmud, also known as Quds, have played their role against Christian crusaders. For these reasons, hearts and minds of Muslims are preoccupied with this land. And also, the geographical location of Palestine adds to its importance. It is situated southwest of Bilad al-Sham, west of Asia on the eastern shores of the Mediterranean Sea, which makes it a place of tremendous strategic importance, as it also connects Asia and Africa, the two important wings of the Muslim world. The land of Palestine has been referred in ancient literature as the land of Canaan, because the Canaaniyun were the first people to settle in it, as they immigrated from the Arabian Peninsula around 2500 BC. This is the first point. The second point is about the nature of Jews with their religiously motivated hostility against Muslims, which has deep roots in the annals of history. The history of this hostility begins with the establishment of the Islamic State in Medina by the Prophet ﷺ himself, which later on manifested in the form of bloody crusades. Islamic orientation of Palestine question remained at its core always during its study. However, this claim is contested by the Jews who consider it their promised land and an abode of their forefathers. As per Old Testament, it is beyond any doubt that they have lived in this land since Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and up to the establishment of the states of Israel and Yehuda after the death of Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam. However, after the Babylonian captivity and decline of these two states, Jews were scattered to countries outside Palestine, commonly referred to as diaspora, until they established the illegitimate state of Israel in the hotbed of the Muslim world. To understand the cause of their decline, a well-researched theological and historical study is inevitable. It is astonishing to note that their own scriptures, Torah, etc., point towards the lawlessness and their criminal nature as the prime causes of their fall. The sacred land was gifted to them as a religious trust, which demanded strict obedience to the law which they failed to abide. Eventually, this trust was transferred to Muslims who ruled it for 12 centuries. The ancestral claim of the Jews is also doubted by many writers and thinkers, like Arthur Koestler in his book The 13th Tribe. It proposes that the lineage of the present-day Jews goes back to various Turkish tribes from South Russia who accepted Judaism in the 8th century and later on scattered in Russia and East Europe. In view of this theory, if Jews have any right to return to their homeland, they should return to Russia and not to Palestine. The third point is the change which occurred in modern European history and paved way for the institution of Zionist agenda in the world. For this reason, the West has always been on the side of Jews. The Protestant movement, which flourished in the 16th century, emphasized on the idea of return to the Old Testament, which in turn provided a good ideological content for the Zionist movement. On the other hand, Europe was undergoing through tremendous transformations, which culminated in the form of French Revolution in 1789 CE, raising the issue of anti-Semitism and leading to the birth of Jewish problem, which later on served as a referring point for Theodor Herzl, who died in 1904 CE, the founder of modern political Zionism, and in effect the state of Israel also. Napoleon's invasion of Egypt in 1798 CE is considered to be of grave importance for the emergence of Palestine question, as he was the first European politician who officially invited Jews to settle in Palestine. All the above mentioned events crystallized in the form of first ever conference of World Zionist Organization in Switzerland from 27 to 29 August 1897. Reaction from the Muslim world was obvious. Leaders like Sultan Abdul Hamid tried to be firm against the tide. The Uthmani Khilafah was targeted from outside and weakened from inside. It was not in a position to turn the tide. On the intellectual sphere, Muslim scholars tried to awaken Muslim Ummah through their writings and whatever they could, but all in vain. As soon as the First World War erupted, many transformations took place in the world political scenario. In May 1916, Britain, being a powerful country, put a last nail in the coffin of Palestine by signing a treacherous agreement with Sharif Hussein, Emir of Hijaz, and Sykes-Picot Agreement, which is very famous, with the French, which in turn paved way for the infamous Balfour Declaration in 1917. Palestine is a place where history is a dimension of the present. And as Muslims, we should, in this struggle of truth and falsehood, we should stand with the truth, support our brothers and sisters in Palestine against the illegitimate occupation of Israel, and the real responsibility lies on the shoulders of the Muslim rulers. They should unite against this illegal occupation, and they should do whatever they can to support their brothers and sisters in Palestine. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant the Muslim Ummah glory and nusrah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us overcome these fitan and be firm in our iman and support the truth in this perpetual struggle of truth and falsehood. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Wa sallallahu ta'ala ala nabi al-ummi. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.